Good everyone, welcome to this video. Today we have a premium series flyout in the Pokryshkin's P-39N-0. Now normally I wouldn't include vehicles that come around once in a blue moon on this sort of series, but at least Pokryshkin's is yearly. You at least know Pokryshkin's are going to come every year. And I slipped my word there, I said gonna. It does normally come around in, I think it's March or June, and it's somewhere in the middle of the month, and you can normally pick this vehicle up for about 1300 golden eagles, which if you can get it, I would heavily suggest so. Now normally you tend to have a bit of, shall we say, issues with the lack of ammunition and also the vehicle being rather limited with its teams, but with the recent stupid matchmaker you might actually have a chance. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking Porkies for this, but yeah, this is certainly a plane that I have mixed feelings about. As much as I love it, I just don't have very good results in it. But otherwise, this is going to be your normal premium series flyer. I was just mentioning at the start that I'm not, because of this new matchmaker, it's made me want to fly this thing less, which, I mean, to some might be a blessing because this thing is very good. But also, I have to park it purely on the basis that I don't know what kind of team I'm going to get. And most of the time, I'll be stuck with the Germans, which the German teams haven't been that good recently, from what I've noticed. But hey, we're just going to have to see how things through and see how we get on. So let's get into it, let's suck it up, and let's get started. So yeah, like I was saying, I'm just not flying Porkies that much. I don't really have a reason to. And with this new matchmaker, it's making flying it very difficult for the most part. I've had multiple instances where I'll have a good map or a good run, but then the teams just throw it away. And here's a prime example. I mean, look, US and Japan, that's a recipe for disaster. Let's go 500 meters on the gun conversion, stealth on the. In fact, we're going to try Uni again because apparently Uni's been working for some. I'll give Uni a try. Okay, at least we've got the bloody Swedes. That's positive. But yeah, as much as I love Porkies, I, I just hate this new matchmaker, and it really ruins the. Like, it just ruins it for me. This new matchmaker. It makes me want to play some of my favorite birds less and less, purely because of the matchmaking. It doesn't make me want to fly because I don't know what I'm gonna get, and I don't know what kind of team I'm gonna be stuck with, and it's just not fun. I mean, look at this. We've actually got a pretty good team here. I mean, this is a bot, but the rest, this looks like a pretty solid game. 3.7. This looks pretty solid. But I mean, we've got a Ki-44 with bombs. We've got a P-18A, which should come in handy. And the rest is pretty okay, but I don't know what I'm going to fight. At least in Porkies, in its old matchmaking, 90% of the time, I was fighting allies. And that 10%, I was fighting Germans, Italians, and Japs. That is just what I would prefer. I would not prefer this Arcade Plus. I just don't get it. Like, in the Spitfire video, I mentioned it, and not a lot, I mean, quite a few people agreed with me. Because this matchmaker is just stupid. It really is just stupid. But anyway, less about the matchmaker. I'll see you all when the action starts. Well, welcome back. We've just managed to find a bunch of planes in the clouds, because, yeah, that's just how clouds work. Hopefully when this new patch drops and the clouds change a bit, we might not have this crap where I can spot people in the clouds. But otherwise, we're just going to have to deal with that. At the moment, the team's doing okay since I was climbing, but it certainly could be better, because it's not going great right now, but even so. I'm going to have to pull off anyway, because I've got a lot of speed built up from when I was first diving in. Right, well, now I could use some of that speed. Although, I ain't got much of that speed left, but I should be able to outstall the Corsair here. And now I can flip it over, pop the combat flaps. Beautiful. First kill. He's not happy about that. Right, that's enemy, so I'm going to go for that. It looks like it's targeting our Chinese P-40. It's another F4U Corsair. Let's go for him. Nah, very poor shot there. I could have continued with that, but I'd lose more altitude and I kind of did need to keep it. There's that many conflicting sounds in the clouds, I don't know if I'm being targeted by a plane or if it's just a friendly nearby. Okay, we just lost our chin 0 to a normal 0. That's rather disappointing, but to be fair, he was getting 2-upped. Okay, Japser over there is going away. Good. Beautiful. I'm not even going to touch that. Good kill there, buddy. Let's see if we can finish off this Mustang. Come here, Sonny Jim. It's time for you to meet the dirt. Alright, that should do it. So I can saw the elevator fly off. Or at least something. Nope, he's still got elevator control. And there's a P-40C coming in behind me, which the team did not warn me about. So I'm going to have to pop the flaps to dodge him. I knew I wasn't going to be able to dodge him if I didn't. And he crashed. Good, I'll take that as a maneuver kill. If someone wants him, they can have him. Good kill. And we've only got a bomber and the Japser that we saw earlier left. Good, good, good. I didn't know the P-40C would have compressed there, so I just turned as hard as I could. We did lose a flap, but I'd rather lose a flap than lose my bird. I still remember one comment that I got on one of my older videos where someone was having a go at me for losing a flap. Or both my flaps, sorry. And he was there like, oh, you could have avoided losing your flaps there if you'd have actually learned how to turn your aircraft properly. And I was like, dude, if I didn't pop the flaps, I'd have been dead or I'd have compressed. But naturally, people like that do not respond to those sorts of things because they just got outsmarted. But hey, that's just how some people are. Let's go for these armoured cars. Now you can't kill these with a 37. And I tend to because, let's be real, you're never going to really use all of your 37 ammo. Unless you're really staying in the fight for a long time. Okay, Japser just crashed. Oh wow. That should have killed it, but nope. On to the next two. That's another one. Alright, come on, that was a hit. That was a guaranteed hit. Ugh. Guys who did their hit registration, I tell you. Okay, so we need to now track where the other two have gone. I think we have our answer. Which airfield is that? Is that the forward airfield? No, that's the rear airfield, okay. So let's mark it for the team. And let's let them know. This is one thing that I recommend is if you know where the last few enemies are, let your team know. Because it could make the difference between you winning and you losing. At least if they know where the enemies are, they'll at least be able to do something about it. I mean, fair enough, most of our planes are going back to base right now, but at least I know in a couple of minutes time if I need it, I'll have backup. See, look, there we go. He's reloading in 27 seconds in his Chinese P40 on 3 kills. And now the other guy's just informed us, who's in a J21. He now is telling us that he's rearming, so that we can keep the team communication up. This is something not a lot of people tend to do, and I really do want to encourage more people to do it. So we've got 1 kill, 5 grand, 1 assist. We're doing pretty okay so far. I'm not expecting to get amazing results. That's not what I look for. This kind of match is something that not a lot of people tend to show, because this really shows that team communication is a big deal. Now the only downside is we're actually going to have to sit below the cloud, which could open us up to anti-aircraft fire. Right, so the airfield's just over there. There they are. I don't know if the Jap says write-off and he's out the match, but he might not be. And given it's 0.3 tons, my guess is an MB-174, which at this BR it very much could be. But then again, since we've got France, there's only one that I can think of, and that's something Japanese. I think there was a Key 49 that managed to get away, so that might be our answer. Now I just don't know if that Jap says repairing. It likely is, so we need to do this quickly. Yeah, it definitely looks like a silver Key 49. He's just repaired, okay. So now what we will do is we will dive on him in a second, because the Jap said will not have speed, but I will. Yep, it's Key 49, thought it was. Okay, so we're going to be quick about this, because of the airfield about to open up. Poor shooting on my part, but we managed to get it. Took me a few shots longer than I expected, but that's okay. Japs here is likely to camp, because a lot of people do camp in this BR for some reason. So the Key 49 is dealt with, and now we can reclimb and get some altitude. But knowing most pilots at this BR, we're probably going to have some runway camping here. But still, we're doing pretty okay. We've got the team on the way, so if I do need it, I can get the team support, so that's good. They're targeting the bots, so they're actually working on the enemy team's tickets, which is handy. But if we're going to get this Japs here, we're going to have to do it now. We're right in the crossfire of 2 airfields. And I really don't want to get crossfired, so I'm going to pop the flap that I've got left, just to increase my turn to one side, which is the turn that I wanted. Looks like something fell off there. But naturally he's running for that runway. Yep, you try and run for that runway, scumbag. You're gonna catch yourself a dirt for that. If I can actually aim. That'll do. I couldn't aim then. My aim was horrible, but we managed to get a kill. Now we just gotta dodge the flak. Which is easier said than done, because we don't know where the half the fucking traces are now. But we're okay. Still, good run, 3 kills. 3 kills, 5 grand, 1 assist. I'll take that. That is a good result. And game's over. Terror of the Sky, Bulletproof, Fighter Rescuer, and I think that's Teamwork, or is it? Something like that? I can't remember that medal. Shadow Strike Sneak, I couldn't, or Shadow Strike Streak, I couldn't remember the badge, to be honest, or the medal that you could get. But that is not a bad result. 3 kills, we did pretty okay. We showed that we could communicate with the team pretty well. The team communicated with me. And even though we didn't need the team support, we had it on the way. So that is certainly something that we could have, well, that I would encourage people to do. Because sometimes you might fuck up. I could have easily fucked that up with the Japs there and been sniped by the AAA because of my poor shooting. But that's the thing. If you communicate with your team, you'll probably have some people ready to kick the Japs' heads arse at any moment. But anyway, I'm going to let guys off. I hope you enjoyed today's Premium Series flyout in the Pokryshkin's P-39N-0. Like I said, it comes around once a year, 1,300 golden eagles normally. It's well worth it. And I'll see you all on the next one.